So I think the answer that we both have is no on
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm not buying it. All right. The Unabomber did what he did because the CIA MK Ultra'd him at Harvard.
What's MK Ultra?
MK Ultra is that CIA mind control experiment that they did.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
it is an actual real. Now I don't
No. I'm laughing.
I don't know much about MK Ultra, so I don't know how much of the story is fictionalized versus true, but I know there's at least some basis that we know for a fact that they tried to do some sort of mind control experiments. And if you watch the TV show,
who is the Winter Soldier? Basically,
that's kind of that's
US
kind
government.
of MK Ultra-ish. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the writers were
So
probably
basically, they're
inspired
saying the
by
conspiracy theory is that the Unabomber was essentially a CIA sleeper agent.
or at least he did what he did because the CIA screwed up his brain so bad that he did what he did.
Oh, I gotcha.
But so if you've watched the show, there's a great show on the Unabomber. It's called Manhunt. Manhunt Unabomber, maybe? Manhunt's. There are 2 seasons. One's Manhunt, and it deals with the Centennial Park bombing in 1996.
Mm-hmm.
The other is Manhunt, and it deals with the Unabomber.
Okay.
Fantastic shows. Highly recommend them. But if you watch the Unabomber season, they do plenty of flashbacks of him being kind of groomed by this CIA operative who led him into these experiments with electroshock therapy and all this sort of stuff. So that show seems to believe that that was at least part of his motivation for doing what he did.
Interesting.
So with that
So he
in
bombed.
mind,
What was it he bombed?
oh, the Unabomber was the guy who would build bombs and put them in packages and ship them to people so that when they open the package, it exploded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a
Do we know anything about who
totally
he targeted?
psychopathic.
Like what kind of people he targeted?
I think the show got into it, but I can't remember it.
And I would argue that that's actually one of the least personal ways to kill someone.
Which is what makes it so psychopathic. It's so impersonal.
No, I mean it would be way easier. Like, don't get me wrong.
That's the point. It's so
It'd be
detached from humanity.
That makes it less psychopath. It's
No,
way more psychopathic to
is-
look someone in the eyes and still be willing to kill them.
Psychopathic is detached from humanity.
Yeah.
How much more detached can you get than, oh, okay, I'm just casually going to mail bomb someone, try and kill them, whatever, who cares?
Walking up to someone and shooting them in the face.
Indifference to human life is...
It's easier to... what I'm trying to say is, it's more psychopathic and more indifferent to human life to look someone in the eyes and kill them.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's kind of like the coward's way to psychopathy.
Yeah, it's like the least psychopathic way to be psychopathic is like, I make a package and I put it in the mail, and then
so that I don't
see on the
have
news
to
that
observe.
someone dies.
So I don't have to observe the consequences of my actions.
Don't get me wrong; it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not,
obviously, I get what you're saying, and you're right.
But it's deplorable. But I feel like that is such a relative to all the different ways people murder people.
It's not.
That's like one of the chillest ways to murder people. You just
except for most of the people didn't actually die; they were just horribly mutilated.
Okay,
there were a few deaths, but most of them were just horribly mutilated.
Still.
That
doesn't change what I said.
Sure, you're right.
It's like it's literally just it's one of the chillest ways to injure someone.
You're right.
Anyway, so
the question is, did he do what he do because the CIA MK Ultra him?
I know. Oh, I know what I think. I need to think what I think you think.
I think I know what you think. I think you're going to say yes.
Interesting. I think you're going to say no. Did we just get it backwards?
I think we might have, because I think I'm
no.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm a yes. I think at least to some degree, the CIA treatments because if you actually
do we know that the CIA did stuff to him in general?
I'm pretty sure we know that. I don't,
because that sounds like it would be the conspiracy baked into the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but we know that the CIA was on Harvard's campus doing that. That's something that we do know.
Okay.
I think, unless I'm crazy, I'm pretty sure that's been declassified, and
I may just not have enough information.
And I'll admit I don't know a ton about MK Ultra, but I know that there's at least some real life confirmed basis of it. So I think it's very likely that influenced his worldview. I'm not sure if it destroyed his mind, but he did that because he was a man on a mission. He had a manifesto and everything, and his manifesto was very antisocial, anti-societal, like society is evil. He was kind of radical anarchist almost. I could totally see him becoming that way because he was horribly abused by FBI or CIA.
Yeah, especially if he had already been abused by his family or anything.
Which I'm pretty sure he probably had.
I feel like most people
I don't think you get
horrible.
Yeah, I don't think you get mailing bombs to people's doors if you grew up in a happy, healthy, loving, wonderful family. You're not going to mail bombs to people's doors. It's just not what you do.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That reminds me, by the way, I saw